They said it wouldn't happen. They said two young arms couldn't change the face of baseball in a single season. But tonight, under the brightest lights of November, the impossible has happened. The 2025 MLB Cy Young Awards have just been announced, and the baseball world is shaking. Tarik Skubal, Paul Skenes. Two names that don't just define a season, they've defined a new era. When that envelope opened, you could feel the air leave the room. The moment paused, the crowd held its breath, and then, just like that, destiny revealed itself. For one, it was the culmination of years of quiet pain and relentless work. For the other, it was the rise of a generational phenomenon, a pitcher so dominant, even legends watched in awe. Tarik Skubal, the lefty from Detroit. A man who's walked through fire, injuries, setbacks, and doubt. A man who rebuilt himself pitch by pitch, inning by inning, until one day, the world had no choice but to notice. Every fastball, every slider, carried a story, not just of power, but of redemption. And then there's Paul Skenes. The rookie who turned the league upside down. The phenom who threw with the fury of 1,000 storms, yet with the precision of a surgeon. He didn't just pitch, he commanded. Every outing felt like an event, every batter felt like a challenge accepted. As both names echoed across the announcement stage, Skubal in the L, Skenes in the NL, baseball felt alive again. This wasn't just about trophies. It was about the torch being passed. The next generation didn't just arrive, it took over. Flashback to April. Skubal standing on a chilly mound at Comerica Park, the Tigers' faithful bundled in coats, watching quietly. He winds, fires, strike three. Another hitter down. Back then, few outside Detroit were paying attention. But month by month, his command grew sharper, his confidence louder. Soon, every strikeout carried a message: I'm coming for it all. By summer, he was unhittable. Fastballs humming at 98, sliders biting into the dirt, changeups freezing hitters mid-swing. Detroit, a city of steel and scars, finally had its ace, its symbol of resilience. Across the league, in Pittsburgh, a revolution was brewing. Paul Skenes, the rookie everyone wanted to see fail, just to prove he was human. But he didn't. He never did. Each start was a spectacle, a battle between disbelief and domination. He faced MVPs. He faced all-stars. He faced legends. And every time, they walked back to the dugout shaking their heads, eyes wide, as if they'd just witnessed something they couldn't explain. The radar gun, exploding. The crowd, electrified. The league, terrified. By July, whispers turned into headlines: could a rookie really win the Cy Young? By August, it wasn't a question anymore. It was a countdown. He wasn't just striking people out, he was rewriting what a first-year pitcher could be. Confidence, power, composure. Paul Skenes wasn't pitching like a rookie. He was pitching like destiny in cleats. And tonight, that destiny was fulfilled. When MLB announced his name, National League Cy Young Award, Paul Skenes, the room erupted. Not just fans, but players, analysts, even veterans nodded in respect. Because this wasn't hype. This was history. Meanwhile, Tarik Skubal's moment came with quieter power, but no less impact. When his name was read, you could see it in his eyes, that glimmer of disbelief, that weight finally lifted. Years of rehab, doubt, and whispers of, what if, all washed away in one golden moment. He smiled, looked down, exhaled, and you could almost feel the tears of every Detroit fan who's waited decades for an ace to call their own. This wasn't just a win for Skubal, it was a win for the city. For the blue-collar dreamers who never stopped believing in hard work over headlines. In the press room, their voices carried different tones. Skenes, calm, focused, but you could hear the thrill in his words. Greater than, this isn't the finish line. It's just the beginning. Skubal, emotional, honest, real. Greater than, you don't come back from injury for awards. You come back for moments like this. Two men, two leagues, one heartbeat of baseball. You could almost imagine the future. Opening day 2026, Tigers vs. Pirates, Skubal vs. Skenes. The crowd split in awe. The world watching two Cy Young winners toe the rubber in a battle for the next chapter of greatness. Because this isn't the story of rivals. It's the story of reflection, of how two pitchers, from two different paths, reminded baseball why it still matters. Skubal's journey was forged in pain. Skenes in pressure. Both emerged as proof that greatness isn't given, it's earned. The Cy Young isn't just a trophy. It's a story told in sweat, scars, and silence. And tonight, the story found its two heroes. As the lights dimmed and the applause faded, one truth lingered in the air. Baseball just got its soul back. Because every once in a while, the game gives us seasons like this, when past meets future, when dreams meet destiny. When the roar of a crowd and the silence before a pitch merge into something eternal. Tariq Skubal, Paul Skenes. Two names we'll be telling our children about. Two arms that reminded us that legends don't wait for permission. They rise. And tonight, they rose to the top of the world. Musical notes, music swells, montage of strikeouts, slow motion smiles, fans cheering, city lights shining. The 2025 MLB Cy Young Awards belong to them. But the moment belongs to all of us who still believe that baseball can make us feel something real.